Greetings everyone, hope you're doing fine. Surely am. Look at the sky here. Not a single speck of a cloud to be seen. And it's been like this for some days. We even have northern lights here at the Gothenburg area on the west coast of Sweden. That's quite south for northern lights. It was a weak one, like nothing spectacular to the visible eye really, but still amazing. And I've seen the Northern Lights years ago, 10 years ago now actually, in North Norway in Tromsø. When I got up there, the Northern Lights were kind of on a schedule, like so let's say 6:30 and 1.5 hours of it visible, spectacular, and then later on at say 10 o'clock to 11:30 sort of. So it was like that for 5-6 days, and I thought, well, this might not have been that special because it's here every day on a schedule, so people see it every day. I was wrong, of course, and I prepared like a dinner and drinks and all that for, my wife was coming up too, and it was nowhere to be seen anywhere. And I also heard later on from the locals that it's not that usual there either. So I actually got a moment to stand on a frozen lake with all of the heaven visible without the moonlight and also the northern lights. Back then I didn't have any good camera gear. I didn't have anything, I guess, exactly at that point in time when I was there. Too bad. Could have been some really amazing visible memories, photographs. So anyway, it's a fine day here. Lovely lake, a lovely hike I've climbed up to. One of my get to go places, and always not always, like never dissatisfied up here. Always a good time. So what I've been thinking about is this video might be generally about some chit-chatting on aging, like really it happens so fast, and everybody tells you that life goes fast, and they say it goes faster when you get older. I did a short video on that. I'll leave a link to it, like 4 years ago or something. What I think happens is that you have so much more awareness, memories, and relationships, and other people's energies and experiences that have to fit the same kind of volume inside here in your head. So things are more packed, and there's more references, so that's why we kind of experience things going faster. But also routines and boring routines in people's lives, and the fact that we don't have any ritual of passage. So everybody's living a kind of ordinary life. You could have been a rock star 10 years ago. You could have been a war veteran 10 years ago. But you're still in this society, making breakfast, waking up, probably early. You might have children to take to school and so on and so on. So, the way you deal with your life, your past traumas or your current traumas or your happiness or whatever, that's there's no guidance there, and there is no solution, because if there was, it would be kind of easy for everybody, right? There would be no variation. But this one is pretty easy where I'm sitting right now, because there's a trinity going on here. You see, here's me inside, this body is here too, and here's earth and water, the land, and the creation, the creator. So this is the creation, and there is no filters in between here. This is the trinity, right? So I don't need anybody, not even myself and my kind of ideas, to interpret anything what's going on here. One is able to be here and be present and soak it all in, and for some time being at least, quit the inner dialogue in a sense. Let that spontaneity run through and see what you got. But one has to be kind of kicked out of the routine life in a sense, and that occurs to everybody. It doesn't matter if you're even artists, like very creative people, spend a lot of time just routinely going through their invoices and promotion and all that. So whatever you're doing, actually the least part is actually the creative kind of exciting part where you come up with that idea and you materialize it. I'm just gonna have this angle so you can see the lake. I turned myself the other way because it's beautiful to look at it, but for the sake of the video, right? Anyway, so we age and there's no ritual of passage. I've heard so many stories about like from actual people I'm thinking of right now. You would think that people who are 60, 70 are smart and have had so much time to learn about the natural laws that are everywhere, how you should live, how you should act, what you should do. And it doesn't matter if they had a successful job and had a family, they kind of ended in a mess. They some needs and fears in people make them choose what's wrong. That's always amazed me. Children oftentimes do have a sense of what's right and wrong. Good children can play together. You don't have to tell them anything. They'll be organized and share stuff. And of course, there's always the crazy people. So what makes people be like that throughout their life? Everything is offered to us. We have all the food we can eat, all variations of it, all nutrition everybody can ever talk about. We have all the books, everything offered to ourselves. Yet people still mess up. And I'm a digital nomad, so I work online. But often I have part-time jobs. I've been working in a organic store, even as a store manager. Now I'm a bartender at the airport. So if you fly a lot to these areas, we might actually meet. And people like to open themselves up to me, and this is really amazing. I get the chance to talk to people who are in all fields you can imagine. And they talk because I do have a trusting personality, and I don't spit out and share everything everybody tells me. So it comes here, it stays here. What I'm talking about now is sort of interpretations of what I've heard, and just mesmeration in a sense. So their stories are quite inspiring and insightful, and also they get something from me. And some conversations, might not seem as important during a certain time in your life, but they might grow on you as time progresses. And some conversation, while they're actually happening, that they are like really important and will kind of unlock things. Or in any case, they might just put words and sentences to a certain insight and feeling, and through that we can actually share this between one another. Telepathic transmission of insights and all that doesn't really work that easy, if at all, but it doesn't work that easy. So yeah, we are here, and where we are now, where I am, what I am feeling now in my mind, heart and gut, I'm totally responsible for that. And we are responsible for being where we are, and to still feel the kind of joy. And nobody can take that away from us, and nobody can give it to us. And as I said, talking and materializing words, it's quite beautiful. I've seen that myself because, as I said, in the early mornings, when everybody's going about to do their things in this world in this realm, doesn't matter what you have done or gonna do, we all kind of end up there. The hours of dressing up the children, especially when it's winter time and they are small and all that, and you have to feed them, it can seem like dead hours, especially when it's winter and dark and cold. But what I've started to do for a couple of months is to just pick up the guitar, and for 15 to 30 minutes, sometimes even less, sometimes even longer, play some songs, of course acoustic stuff, and sing Swedish, Bosnian, English songs, folk music. They appreciate that. They even start to sing the tunes later on in the evening, or recognize when the original is being played and so on. But here comes the interesting part. Poetry or songs, they ask you, what does that mean? What does it mean, this phrase, this word? And when I challenge myself to actually describe it, like spontaneously and so on, they get it. Actually, they get it, and they can really kind of fall deeper into the piece of lyrics, and really start to feel like the emotion in it, the melancholy. I was also like that as a child, and it doesn't matter if you're easygoing and all that. I mean, it's a beauty to be able to kind of perceive that in a song, in a lyric, in a melody. For me, it's a lot of in the text, in the written word, and that gives one a certain appreciation. And also, like, singing is really good for you. I mean, my own mornings changed when I started to do that. I feel so much better, even if it's a bad day. Because look, you don't have to be a world professional to be able to run a distance around this lake or something just for your own sake. You can do it. You don't have to be a singer-songwriter with 15 albums to pick up the guitar and sing for yourself, or do something in front of your family or friends. Hell, make them join in and sing, and you actually do get better and do get a feeling for it. It's really a lovely moment. So that thing is quite, and I'm gonna like turn all of this together, impermanence. So I see and meet older people who have done amazing things. Some have done really good, cool stuff. Some have screwed up. Some did good stuff and then screwed up. Somebody has done the good stuff later on in life, and they still kind of seem in all various shapes and forms, just still searching for something, still trying to unite with the fact that this is a creation and we are here to create. And that's what drives us. Owning a jacket, a car, talking about this jacket doesn't create anything. And that's what we mostly do. We talk about our job. And of course the job can be creative, but I'll bet that 99% of the jobs are repetitive, and you work on other people's terms and so on. So we need something to express. It can be anything. And that piece of song and lyrics in the morning, it can be a happy, silly folk song. It can be something very melancholic. And all the languages we do, like Swedish, English, Bosnian, have their own certain way of it's hard to explain, of explaining and diving deep in like 3 words can dive really deep into something. They do it in a different way. That's why language is such a good thing to have plenty of, at least 2 or 3. It's good. I try to teach them so they get exposed to as much as possible of that. And in the end, my daughter says to me like, oh, that book is so thick, how do you read that? Well, it's just page after page, but the book doesn't have to be good. A half written page of something really meaningful and beautiful can be worth more than all the books in a library. So yeah, what to say about that? You know, there's no 1,000 years of us, and we have the time we have. I will just end this, that it doesn't matter what you have done, suffered, or experienced in a positive way, what you have struggled with, what your ideas, your belief system is, and all that. We all kind of boil down to the same thing, and have to face ourselves. We can avoid that for a long time. We can run around this lake faster and faster until we get older and can't do it anymore. We can give to charity. We can pretend we are something we are not. We can dress up in a certain way. We can try to dress something up on ourselves which we are not and never will be, because deep down inside of yourself, you know if you are where you want to be or not, and nobody can put you in the right place. And you know, the confusion is really not there, because you either feel it or you don't. It doesn't matter if 10,000 people stood here and did the same thing. If I want to do something else, I will do it, because that's the way I will do it. And we shall never forget the law of nature, you know. We are here to be good and do good stuff, to do it upright, and not to be the other options we have seen we can do, but try to be the good. Abide by the laws of nature in this creation between us, the land we live in, and the Creator. That's about it. That's about it for this lovely day on top of this rocky hill. I wish you a wonderful Wednesday, Thursday, whatever day it will be when this gets uploaded. And thank you for watching. All the best. Ciao.